You know, I have played all the Fable games, quite a few of the spin-off games, and I have played even the card game back in the day when Fable still somewhat existed, right? Now, here's the problem. Here's the thing. This new Fable is not Fable. Fable gives fans the finger, abandons core mechanics in their modern reimagining, and gamers are angry. Yeah, not surprised, especially those who have played Fable. This is by Vara Dark. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. See, one of the core mechanics, I think she's probably definitely gonna talk about it, right? She's definitely gonna talk about it. And yeah, this game is not Fable. This is just like any other AAA, realistic RPG slop. I'm gonna be honest. It is diabolical. There's so many things wrong with this game. It's crazy. First of all, they never intended to have a male character, a male main character. See, in Fable 1, you could only choose male, and then in Fable 2 and 3, you had the option of choosing female. Or could you choose female in Fable 3? I'm assuming you did, because in Fable 2, you could definitely choose a female. And here's the interesting and funny thing. They did not intend for this reboot to have a male MC. I find that very interesting. You know why? Because first of all, you could only change heads, and second of all, apparently, the male character did have the female model's movement. Isn't that interesting? That's the first thing. But also the morality system does no longer exist the way it was supposed to. You're gonna hear it.
Ever since Fable was unveiled, it has faced major backlash, and it doesn't look like that is going to stop anytime soon because just a few days
And that does obviously not take into consideration the cartoonish art style. Right, that's just gone, right? It's now replaced with a realistic slop.
ago, we got a longer extended look at the game. We found out some of the features that were going to be in it and some that it was missing. And right now it is getting destroyed for abandoning a series defining mechanic. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, you might be sitting here saying, wow, I thought they were doing better based on the new teasers and trailers, and I'm shocked that they're doing this, but I'm personally not. I don't know how anybody could be surprised by this given it has been described as a modern reimagining.
Yeah, modern help, voice. Modern reimagining, not only that, right? But it's just like, you know, for the modern audience, right? We've got some woke stuff right there. The usual. Yeah. It is just for the non-existent modern audience. I hope this game failed brutally. I really do. I really do. This is not Fable. Not at all.
Of Fable. Before we even get into this topic about fans being upset that they're abandoning this mechanic, I want to highlight this Xbox Wire interview that was previously done with Craig Duncan. He talked about this brand new game. He talked about the state of Xbox as well, but down in this
they also apparently have a lot of, different DEI departments for different things. One for like LGBTQ, one for women, one for people of color. You get the idea, right? It's just very interesting. It's just very interesting. You can tell when something's going wrong here.
One section, he is talking about it being Playground Games' version of Fable. The interviewer said, I love the little details.
And just make a fucking new game. The only thing they did was make a game, slap the name Fable on it, and just ran with it. Because, you know, if you make your own stuff, it's never gonna sell. I'm diabolical.
It's great to see how much emphasis is being put on all that. And Craig Duncan said, yeah, and there's no bigger fans of Fable as a franchise as the Playground team that are making it. So I think it's a real
bait. Absolute and utter bait. I do not believe them. I do not believe them at all. Not in the slightest. These people have never played Fable. Because if they did play Fable, then why remove the objective morality feature? Right? Why remove it? See, Fable always had the basically a morality system that deemed certain things as objectively good and certain things as objectively bad. This game says some things there is no objective good or bad. The problem was that the system was shaping the way people not only saw your character, but the way your character looked. For example, if you started being evil, then your character would develop horns. If you were good, I think eventually you got a halo. I'm not 100% sure, but something like that. Something like that it was. I'm not 100% sure anymore. I need to replay Fable. But yeah, it was impacting the way you look. They do not have that in the game. Instead, they now have, first of all, there's no changes, and second of all, a subjective morality feature, which is basically you could kill somebody in front of someone and they'd be like, yo, cool, awesome, and you'd get like points for that, like on the good side, on their good side, right? They would like look up to you, like something like that, right? I'm gonna assume that it's gonna work like this, right? You can do something actually disgusting in the game, and the game is gonna be like, yeah, that was actually good, not bad.
Really fun balance between what are the game tenets that are true to Fable and what's some modern day reimagining of what is Playground Games' version of Fable. And then the interviewer said, yeah, absolutely, the modern retelling of Fable. None of this sounded good when we previously had heard about this. If you ever hear the terms modern day reimagining or even the development team's version of a game, yeah, you instantly know that it is going to be wildly different, that they didn't really go into this trying to respect the original material. And obviously, I haven't played it yet, so I can't fully judge it. But based off the teasers and trailers, it doesn't seem like Fable. It just seems like a modern fantasy game that they're trying to use the name of a popular game series for because they needed to sell. Look at something like Avowed. I think that these games are actually extremely similar.
Yeah, I just checked right now, and yes, you do get a Halo in Fable 2 if you're good. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's gone supposedly. But yeah, the moment you hear like modern day reimagining somebody's version of a game, right? It's not the actual game. It's literally just you're buying a game that has the name of something you love, but it's not the thing you love. It just has the name of it.
Based on the content that we've seen so far. Did that game do good? No, because it didn't have a established series name to it, and it just wasn't a good game. So in the case of Fable, it might not be a good game, but they at least are going to get a few extra sales because it is called Fable. Do I think that this game is going to do amazing for Xbox? No. Maybe I will be wrong. Maybe it will. It does have a lot of features in it, but this clearly is not made for the Fable fans. This is made for...
Yeah, and you can romance over 1,000 NPCs, right? And I'm like 1,000 NPCs, and I'm like, I looked at the NPCs that we've seen so far, and like, not gonna lie, the women in Fable 2 look pretty, and those were at times not that pretty. Same for Fable 3. Very interesting.
A new modern audience, and now we're finding out Fable is abandoning one of the RPG series' defining mechanics, and gamers are furious over this, and rightfully so. If you're going to remake something, actually remake it. Do the best job you possibly can in it. So it says, yet during yesterday's Xbox Developer Direct, we got the most expansive look at the Fable reboot we've seen. Whether it's a remake or reboot or reimagining, you still need to do your best, and they're not. Playground Games is picking up the series after original developer Lionhead Studios shut down in 2016, which, by the way, Xbox has said they regret doing, and it definitely feels like the studio is modernizing the action RPG with an open world and a new morality system.
I hate open world games. I said it there. I finally said it. I hate open world games. I do not want an open world. Not a large one. Stop. At this point, just give me sections that I can travel to, that like little open. I hate open world games. I can't see them anymore. They're the same shit over and over, especially here in the West. Stop it. They're empty, they're lifeless, nobody cares. And I'm blaming gamers for it too. Why did you eat all the open world slop? Stop. Please, thank you.
System. With that new morality system, Fable is changing what was one of the core pillars of the series. Your appearance will no longer be determined by whether or not you're making good or evil decisions. In fact, it's abandoning the idea that any of your actions are objectively good or evil altogether, which is insane. During the showcase, I had picked up on this. I had said, oh my god, they just keep calling you the hero, the hero, the hero, the hero. They're not highlighting a good versus bad system, and now it is confirmed that they are sort of doing away with you being evil. No matter what you do, it seems you are still going to be able to be viewed as a good guy. It's like you do something bad and someone says, oh, it's okay, you needed to. Stop holding hands in video games. I'm so sick of this toxic positivity.
Well, that's what it is. Remember how the failure of Concord was essentially completely like silenced, according to insiders at where they made it. As far as I've heard, they completely ignored the fact that this game was performing absolutely horrendous, right? Just like if something is negative, they will not talk about it. If it's positive, they will celebrate it. It's really weird. It's really weird. It's really odd. It's like really toxic positivity. This is not Fable. It has the name, but it doesn't have the soul.
Safe space, modern mentality. Sometimes bad people do bad things and they deserve to be treated badly. It's just that simple. So why can't we have that in a video game? It says, for those that didn't play any of Lionhead's Fable games, like many games of the early 2000s, they have a binary hero or villain morality system where doing things like helping people in need would move you towards the good side of the spectrum, while doing things like skinning people alive in front of their weeping mother would move you towards the evil side. All extremely important factors to Fable.
Yeah, it very much shapes how you play the game, right? It's just, I don't know, it's rough.
I think that, again, it's not particularly Fable if you are doing away with things like this, and clearly I'm not alone in those thoughts, because, man, are they getting destroyed on social media for
It makes me happy the day of tomorrow, Code Vein 2. I've heard that they quite like a little bit toned down the lewdness of Code Vein 2 in comparison to Code Vein 1, which is very interesting. Right? You can no longer look at the panties of the women. You're no longer allowed to, supposedly. You get this weird black void again. From what I've seen, it's interesting. And I feel, as far as I've heard, they have pandered to the so-called modern audience. I just don't like Bandai Namco, you can tell.
this. Hilarious. I slaughter the entirety of Bowerstone to buy their homes to rent it back out to NPCs, and it isn't considered evil because some NPCs will think it was a good thing. Right, mass murder isn't evil at all. Somebody had said, I don't get why there seems to be so much hate going on with this game. I mean, I never played a Fable game, but it looks interesting. The new one, hey, at least.
Wait a fucking minute. Tourists! I hate them! They're a bane to my existence! Get out of my fandom! Wait, you could do that in Code Vein? Apparently, you could look under the skirts and stuff in the original. As far as I've seen screenshots of people doing it, you can't really do that in Code Vein 2. Well, you can still look there, but like, you won't see much.
At least they're admitting they're a tourist, but yeah, they're like, hey, I'm a tourist and I'm gonna voice my opinion even though I don't know anything about this game. Yeah, this is a really stupid thing to take out of the game, and I do think that it seems to be offering a lot. There are these different systems where you can buy houses. Of course, you have your reputation. It's open world. They said that there's going to be like 1,000 NPC characters, which, by the way, I think that it sounds like AI voice acting. That's just my opinion, though. I think that all of the voice acting in the teasers and trailers have sounded extremely flat so far. But yeah, removing core systems like this isn't good, in my opinion. Someone says that people are misinterpreting this one so much, there won't be the old system of appearance changing morale because it wouldn't make sense in a world where each town will have separate reputation for you. Yeah, and then maybe it shouldn't. I think that it is important that if you do bad things within the world, you are affected by that.
Imagine walking into a village looking like a devil. Interesting. So, do villains like just change looks and become cute little boys once they enter another area? Is that what's like happening? Right? Is like, right? Frieza goes to from like a planet Vegeta after destroying it, right? Being absolutely evil to like Earth, and everyone is like, and then he's like a good boy, cute guy. Like, how does this work? That doesn't make sense. Especially since, like, right, this makes it sound like these villages are completely separate from each other, and like there's no way messages go around when, first of all, in Fable it does, right? What you do in other places, still people will still mention. Fucking retard.
And other people would know that you've done bad things, like a bounty hunter, for example. Okay, if you have Boba Fett going from, I don't know, Tatooine to Nar Shaddaa, people still know who Boba Fett is because of the things that he's done. To be like, oh hey, you just passed this invisible border, now nobody knows who you are. That's just weird to me. That's retarded. Baby eating evil, no longer punished. Karma was always a fundamental aspect of the series. Abandoning it takes away the DNA that made it Fable. It's called Fable for a reason. The choice to do good or abuse your powers for evil is key to high fantasy. Less consequences for my choices is boring. Walks into a town as the incarnate of evil with horns and fire village. He's neutral, guys. Come on. This is just so disappointing to see, and it is really not shocking given the things we've previously heard about this new, modern, reimagining, reboot, remake of Fable. But this is not the only backlash that they have faced. Yes, they did end up making it so you could choose from preset heads in the character system, at least the way that it sounds. And you can play as a male, so you don't have to play as the masculinized, ugly lead we had seen in all the teasers and trailers. I personally believe that they had changed it and they added in sort of this system to partially customize your character, or at least be able to choose between presets because of the backlash. It has been delayed several times. I do not think that it is that far-fetched to imagine. Either way, though, the male character walks like a woman. It seemed very rushed. It seems that they either forgot to add the manly animations, or they basically...
Bro shaking his ass while walking like a chick. Yep. In Fable, you can take back shots. That's all you do. And you're gonna get pregnant as a man.
basically want to back you into a corner into playing a female because you don't want to deal with playing a soy boy all of the time. But while it visually does look good, there are other games that have looked visually amazing as well in the past. So seeing all of this greenery and these textures isn't really that impressive when you look at other games that released, in this case 2013, that look pretty solid. Then you add into the mix a bunch of women of color that are highlighted in this trailer who were in...
I'm gonna be real. I'd rather just play, like, just spend like 2 hours. I'd rather spend 40 hours just dealing with Arknight's base building, factory building, whatever you want to call it, than play like an hour of this Fable game. I'm gonna be real. At least you can kick chicken, but it's no longer evil, right? I could just massacre the chicken right there, right? At least it's no longer evil. It's subjective morality now, right? This guy, right? This guy might find it funny that I kicked the chicken and likes me more because of that.
In sort of positions of power and are merchants, and then you have men that are homeless and they're lame, and it just seems that all of this was set up very intentionally. But either way, they are upsetting a lot of people, and it's really no shocker to see. But now we're finding out that they are abandoning one of the RPG series defining mechanics, and fans are furious. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way.
It's that simple. This is not Fable. It only has the name, but that is it. That is all there is to it. Enfield base, just blueprint. Nah, I'd rather spend building the base for 40 hours without any blueprint or any help than play this new Fable. That's all I've got to say. That is all there is to it. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.